Okay, we're going to be starting with our first chapter of Grammar Sense 4, Chapter 1, The Present. And you can take a look at page 2 of your book. I know all of you have learned at least one foreign language. I suppose English is one of them, right?
Yes.
Yes, and maybe you have learned a few others. Is that right? So perhaps you have considered what are the popular foreign languages to learn in your country. What are the popular foreign languages? Is English very popular?
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's the most popular.
It's the most popular? Okay. Well, there are changes in language learning, and what we can do is look at this article on pages 2 and 3 about changes in language learning in this country. So becoming aware of the challenges ahead, American students are beginning to study Chinese. How many of you have studied Chinese as a foreign language? Anybody study Chinese as a foreign language? As a foreign language? Second language? Foreign language? I don't see anybody raising. How many of you speak Chinese as a first language? Okay, good. Yeah, then you can be our tutors. So at Dulles High School in Sugar Land, Texas, the roster for Advanced Chinese 5 begins with Jason Chow and ends with Kathy Zhang. In between the many Chinese names comes an unexpected one, Elizabeth Hoffman. Hoffman, now a 12th grader, has been studying Chinese since the 8th grade. She has spent a summer abroad in Nanjing and plans to perfect her Mandarin in college. When her peers, who typically take Spanish, ask Elizabeth why she is learning Chinese, she asks them, "Why aren't you?" Chinese is a language spoken by 1.3 billion people worldwide. And as China rushes toward superpower status, America's schools and government officials are echoing Hoffman's opinion. As one congressman says, for reasons of economics, culture, and security, we should have much better facility with Chinese languages and dialects. Even the State Department, the U.S. agency responsible for foreign affairs, has designated Chinese a critical language. But despite these facts, the most recent data shows that only 24,000 American students in grades 7 through 12 study it. More than 1 million students learn French, a language spoken by just 75 million people. Still, the number of students learning Chinese is growing. In Chicago, enrollment in Chinese classes has skyrocketed from 500 students in 1999 to nearly 3,500 students this year. And most are Caucasian, African American, or Hispanic. In Santa Clara County, yes, in our county, enrollment has quadrupled during this period. People are always trying to gauge what languages will be useful for the future, says Marty Abbott at the National Council on the Teaching of Foreign Languages. Stephanie Wong, a high school student in California, has been taking Chinese so she can speak with her grandfather. In U.S. homes, Chinese has passed French, German, and Italian to become the third most commonly spoken language after English and Spanish. But Wong also predicts that Chinese will be important if she becomes a doctor. Her hometown is nearly 80% Asian. Even elementary school parents have noticed the trend. My children will have a distinct advantage if I can keep them interested in Chinese, says one mother. She has enrolled her 2 children, ages 8 and 9, at a school where 30% of students receive math and science instruction in Chinese, starting in kindergarten. Okay, I'd like you to take a moment to think critically about form. Look at the highlighted verb forms in the reading and write them in the correct categories. Simple present, present continuous, present perfect, and present perfect continuous. And then answer the questions for each verb form. You can work alone or you can work with a partner. And this is your opportunity to work with a partner. If you'd like to, sometimes 2 heads are better than 1.